Right, so got a another kit. It's a voltage power supply, adjustable voltage power supply with an LM317 voltage regulator. And yeah, this has actually come with some quite good instructions and pictures and stuff, so it's pretty good. And yeah, so transformer, some wires, I guess that's for the output maybe, red and black, so probably it's got a little thing here for the voltage so you can see how much. And we've got this plastic thing here, container, some screws and the components. And here we have the board, so shouldn't take too long. Connect the transformer here. Can't remember what side. So the blue wires connect to the board, so that's the secondary. And this is the primary, the red ones, they connect to the AC lead. And so the AC comes through here, goes around this coil, and then that somehow transfers to this, I think it's like a magnetic thing or something, to the secondary. Comes in the board here, goes through these diodes which change the AC to DC, and this steps it down from like whatever 230 or 40 volts to like 10 or 15 or so, not sure exactly. And then it goes through this voltage regulator, which is an LM317 adjustable voltage regulator, and one of those pins is connected to a potentiometer, and that's how you adjust the voltage. And then the other two is just input and output, I guess. Heaps of other stuff. This chip IC, I'm not sure what that does. And we have some LEDs down here, which obviously come on at different levels of voltage, I guess. And yeah, I guess it's pretty simple, really. Pretty simple to circuit. Shouldn't take too long. And yeah, so where do I put this transformer? But I guess we shall start with putting some components on the board. So heatsink for the voltage regulator. Okay, so we've got a 600 microfarad, 680 microfarad capacitor. Where is the 680? Looks like it's this one. Well, here's another 680 over here. We'll put that one in here first. So the long leg is the positive. It's also got a negative sign on the capacitor. Chuck that in. 10 microfarads. So right here. Ten microfarads. It's not the best soldering. Just going to solder this potentiometer into place. Did have to straighten the legs out a bit, just because they're a bit bent, but yeah. For those big ones, where's my, might use my big solder. Smaller stuff, use this lead-free stuff. Does take longer to get the lead-free stuff to melt, that's for sure. Okay, so voltage regulator goes into here, and it seems to be facing this way on the picture, so, and it does have a heat sink. Wonder if I should put the heat sink on. Oh look, we've soldered in the heat sink too. So we got that in. Solder the heat sink, shall we? I don't know. Too much solder there, I think. This one's better. And our pins for the LM317. So I got my diodes ready here, and there's 6 places for diodes, and what you want to do is pay attention to the line. That's the negative side, and on here on your diodes, you can't see it on the camera, but there's a line on the one side of the diode, so you just got to line that up with the line on there. And this is how the AC is converted to DC. I think it's something like the diodes will only let current flow one way, or something like that. So I'm just going to put the rest of those in. Okay, so the LEDs now, and just looking on the image, it goes blue, yellow, red, green, and also the longer leg on the LED goes on the positive side. Fold those legs. Okay, solder those on. Just put this chip holder in for the IC, and I'm just lining up the IC with the image, just putting it in the same way, and then hopefully there we go. So I guess the resistors, and so yeah, I guess just the resistors now, and then the transformer. That's it. Oh, and the clips. So yeah, for the resistors, got my component tester. I'll just test them all that way. I have the ceramic capacitors too to put in. So what does it say? 239. So we'll look for the resistor closest to that value. 240 right here, R1. Okay. Let's solder that in. So for this meter, I think it's called, voltage display, we have to remove the wires and then just add legs to them, like component legs. And then we'll just be able to put it into the board. You have to leave it a while, just so that make sure the solder's set. There we go. Just fold them over. So you just remove these covers off the crocodile clips, solder the wires on for the DC output. Ooh, hot. There we go. Now this slide back over. Probably have to put it through the wire. There we go. Just got my wires soldered to the transformer. Now I just got to cover it with the heat shrink and heat shrink it down just so the wires aren't exposed. Turn it down to, I don't know, don't think it needs to be too hot. Don't want to melt the, here we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the board and the transformer in, and hopefully seems to want to go in that way, so guess we'll screw the board in if we can. So just got these the pointy screws I'm putting in here to hold the board down. Okay, so we've got the transformer bolted in, and now I'm just going to put this top case on. I might just leave this unscrewed for now. What the... on. So I'm actually going to screw that down because that man, that's going to be tough. Actually might just leave it like that for now. Alright, so the moment of truth. Just going to plug it in. See what happens on the multimeter. Hopefully. There we go. 11 volts. 15. 7. Oh, it's pretty accurate. Pretty cool. I'm going to turn it off for now. Holds a bit of charge for a while, the capacitors, I guess. But yeah, success.